So this interface is same as the Lumira, but the big difference is I've got all the models, from neural models to regression models here. So that is my data set. Now I can do some multiple. So I can go and configure this. Dependent column is order value. Independent constant. The multiple square is 0.46, which is a pretty high figure. All the other elements have very significant statistical. And number T, so the order depends a lot on these factors of responsiveness, punctuality, and spoilage factors. I can go back to this. Let us see if something comes along in clustering. And I can take the various characteristics of the vendor and I take the order median, because that's a low, smaller number like these, where the order is a very huge number. It took about 10 minutes for this to run. And now we can look at the various clusters. Plus 3 and 4 are big, but it's quite possible that cluster 2 is the best cluster in terms of characteristics. So this is what the big numbers are. One way to study is how the clusters are. So this is for responsiveness. Cluster 1, cluster 2. You find cluster 2 is generally the responsiveness is very high. And if I look at punctuality, again cluster 2 is very high. Spoilage factor. So it is something like intermediate. So lower the value, the better it is. So again, the cluster 2 is what seems to be a very nice cluster. So generally the cluster 2 are young in age, but they are very decent companies. And they are big companies. So companies that are young in age and big in size seem to be doing the best. So that is what the cluster analysis here tells us. So that is one of the purpose of doing cluster analysis. Find a cluster that does very well, find the characteristics, and then go looking for vendors that satisfy that particular characteristics.